Hello, my name is Ashley West, and this is my servant leadership presentation in action. This project allowed me to apply my servant leadership skills in a real world setting while volunteering at the local library. Throughout approximately about 5 hours of service, I supported the staff and the students through organizing books, lesson planning, helping them with technology, setting up new technology, and contributing writing to the library website. In this presentation, I will explain how I selected this opportunity, describe how I serve, connect my experience to servant leadership theory and Christian philanthropy, and reflect on the leadership skills I developed in areas I still want to grow. So the service site and why I chose it is the Donnelly Public Library in Donnelly, Idaho. I chose this location for their passion for literacy. They love working with children, local community impact that they have, not just with the Donnelly community, but also the McCall community. It aligns with my teaching career goals, and the libraries actually provide great access to learning resources for children, every child around, and then they allowed me to serve students who may lack support at home. I was able to help students who have a hard time learning as I did, so I want to be that one that helps them. I chose to do my project here because they do play a critical role in supporting literacy, education, and equal access to resources. I think libraries are one of the most underrated facilities that we do have in most towns. So how I serve tasks and time: I shelved and organized books, created lesson plans, helped set up a 3D printer, helped them with their iPad technology, wrote on their website as directed an About Me section to help with the families and community, and I supported after-school students. So the students with their 3D printing, helping that, they are working on a Greek mythology for the last month, and when I was able to get that 3D printer working, it connected with STEM, and they were able to 3D print an item of their choosing about Greek mythology, and it was a great activity to help with their creative thinking, problem-solving skills, just all of the above, and it was really great to see their uniqueness in this project, which is great. What is servant leadership? Servant leadership is serve first, lead second, focus on others' needs, encourage growth, and build community. Servant leadership is the idea that leaders begin with service, so instead of focusing on authority or control, leaders focus on meeting the needs of others and helping them grow. Robert Greenleaf introduced this concept, explaining that the best leaders are servants first. So you're not really on a ladder of who's better and who has more experience. It's more of we are all going together. Research supports this approach, showing that servant leadership builds trust, empowerment, and stronger communities. Everyone just grows together. It's not an I'm better than you situation. And as I completed my project, I intentionally asked myself about how each task could help others rather than focusing on what I would gain personally. So I would think of, I could just be here for 2 hours, organize these books that mean nothing to me, but really what I'm doing is I'm organizing the books for the children to navigate, and easier for them to learn and understand, which was a great feeling once I really focused on what I was doing for the community. So Greenleaf's big question is, do those served grow as people? Healthier, wiser, more independent, more likely to serve? Greenleaf challenges leaders to evaluate their service by asking whether the people they serve actually grow. This means considering whether individuals become more confident, capable, and independent. I saw that the students demonstrated growth in independence, confidence, and technical skills as they were showed the motivation and steps on how to work the technology and activities, and it was great to see as they were only about 7 years old. So I reflected on whether my actions truly improved the students' experience rather than simply just completing my assigned tasks. That was a good feeling, seeing how happy they were. So servant leadership emphasizes measurable growth in others, not just the good intentions. And this question helped guide how I approached every responsibility that I did have. How I met Greenleaf standards was the impact on my service. Students learned new technology skills, better access to books, engaging lessons. Families felt more connected, and they increased the independence. So organizing the books promoted responsibility and ownership of learning. I just went over the 3D printing, and the lesson plans made activities more structured and meaningful, and that did help the director go for a month. And did help her out. So then writing websites improved the communications with the families and was easier for them to navigate. And the research shows that servant leadership positively impacts personal development engagement, which also aligns with what I observed during my service. These servant leadership skills that I used was listening. I asked the director what the library needed most in help, and she did explain to me, as this picture shows, she's explaining the Epic app that the children use, and this went on for about 30 minutes, so I did listen to that, and it's an amazing app for students. They have to read first, then they can watch a short video, and it is nice. It's like they're playing a game, but they're learning. Then there's empathy. I consider the students' needs by improving access to resources. Teamwork. I collaborated with the director, Sherry, and I, with lesson plans, supported the after-school program. Stewardship. I organized books to make it easier for students and the community members to access. Initiative, I did step up and took control over the 3D printer, just a quick YouTube video, and I helped them out as they asked me to, as I was better with technology as I was younger, as it is advancing quite fast. And then communication, I wrote the website content for the families, and I did help the children use their Epic app and their tablets for learning. So that is what I showed over the 2 Saturdays. And then Christian Philanthropy is by T.W. Lewis. There is the 4 W's and my 4 W's. So who we serve, I serve the local children and the families in my community. What we give, I gave my time, skills, and writing efforts. Where we serve, again, I did the community library, very small. They work with everyone, not just in our tiny little community, but the next 4 communities around, which is amazing. And why we serve. I serve from my faith-driven service, as again, they connect with Donnelly Bible, and I used to go there for their vacation Bible school over summer, and I got to work with people that trained me and taught me. The students' older siblings, I went to school with them and their parents, and they helped me out. It was great to see everyone. So my values, beliefs, and leadership. So my values are faith, service, education, and community, and the result of these, I believe, lead to a purposeful leadership. So this experience showed me that leadership is deeply connected to my personal beliefs. My faith motivates me to serve others with kindness. My commitment to education, it drives me to support student success. When values guide leadership decisions, actions become more authentic and consistent, I believe. The happier I got doing this, the longer I stayed, which was really nice, and I was able to make time. And studies show that servant leadership grounded in strong ethical values leads to more meaningful outcomes and stronger relationships. So this project helped me see my beliefs and shape the way I lead, and it was really nice to get back in touch with my faith since it has been a while. My growth and key takeaways. So what I learned is small actions matter, service builds community, and I use my strength to help others. So areas I need to grow would be time management and confidence, and I will continue serving from this experience as in the next few weeks. I will be able to see all of their 3D presentations and items, which is nice. So my biggest takeaway is that leadership does not always look big or dramatic. Simple tasks like shelving books or writing website content can make a meaningful difference. I also learned to use my personal strengths, such as organization and writing, to serve others effectively. And at the same time, I recognized area where I wanted to grow, including my time management and being able to get there more often for next time, and my confidence in leading the groups. I felt I did good on the Epic. I feel like I could have had more energy and passion, and I will include that for next time. Overall, this project strengthened my commitment to becoming a servant leader in the future classrooms and community, and I will take everything I've learned with me as I grow. And these are my references. They include the Greenleaf's foundational work on servant leadership, Lewis's explanation of Christian philanthropy, and I did add some peer-reviewed studies that support the effectiveness of servant leadership in promoting growth, trust, and engagement. Thank you for listening.